I I vouch for it all the time for all the guys that I play with. I say, hey, go play a couple games of men's league or whatever you can. Go get a couple tips and tricks from guys.
Hello and welcome back to the Mic Check Show. Today we have a special one today. As always, we have Cold Lake's own Cole Priestley.
How's it going?
Not too bad. First question, did I get the last name right?
It's Priestley.
Damn it. It seems to be a trend for my show where I mess up the last names, but it is what it is.
I'm used to it. It's fine.
Okay, so am I with my last name. Anyways, of course, off topic, the Canada game. Quick, I won't say quick summary, but quick quote on that one.
Obviously we won every single battle other than we didn't score. We'll probably get into a little bit of my hockey background sooner into this interview here. Yeah, I damn near tore my hamstring jumping off my couch just watching that game today. I can't lie. It was I was texting everyone. I was so happy and jittery, and at the end of the day, I had to hide a couple tears at the end of it. So,
Jeez,
just like every other Canadian today. So,
exactly. So you pretty much you were up all night, then you watched the game. Could you sleep after that, or were you just so pissed off?
I think I had a 30-minute power nap at like, I don't know, 12 o'clock or something like that. But I was pretty pissed off after for a while there.
Fair.
And then I refused to go on social media for a while because just all of the Chuck brothers and all those guys are on there, right? So just can't bother to even be on there.
I think you made the right decision because that's all I see is U.S. It's quite annoying. It's like, congrats, you won your third gold medal.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Well, it's bragging rights for the next 4 years, so.
True. Anyways, I think we'll get it next time.
Oh, absolutely.
Exactly. Alrighty, let's get to it. So you played high school football in Cold Lake. Were you all in on football as a kid, or did you play other sports?
So growing up, I played. I was born in Grand Cache, and then there we didn't have hockey or anything, but I played soccer growing up there, and then we moved to Cold Lake. And then I played soccer, hockey, badminton, track and field, volleyball. What else? Rugby. I damn near tried everything that I could fit into my schedule. I never got into either basketball or baseball.
Yep.
And I didn't even get into football until I was in grade 9. But yeah, I just always found a way to keep myself busy, tried to be athletic as much as I could. Thank God to my parents for always driving me around and stuff whenever I was doing that stuff. So, yeah, but.
Okay. Was that because there's nothing to do in those small towns, or just, hey, let's get outside and have some fun?
I've always had like kind of an athletic background, like on my dad or my mom's side, my aunt, her sisters play Team Canada, Team Saskatchewan curling, and then my grandpa, he played Team Canada for soccer as a goalkeeper. So, and then my dad played college soccer as well, and my mom was always athletic as much as well. So I've always had that athletic side to me, and they always try and do that. But there is kind of that little small town aspect where there's not a whole lot going on, right? Especially in Grand Cache, it's either you're a small body mechanic or you're out hunting or you're doing a bunch of other stuff, right? So you're always doing something that's outdoors or something that's active. But I always found my way into sports and doing something active. I could never sit myself down for some odd reason. I guess it's just the way I was raised and the way the genetics kind of worked. So yeah.
Yeah, that's fair in the family. So for football wise, since you started in grade 9, what drew you to it? Was it just, hey, another sport to play, or was it because of you enjoyed rugby, you decided might as well play some football?
It was actually one of my buddies from like he wasn't really a buddy at that time. I was kind of like trying to figure out my friend groups, and then he was more of the popular kid at the time, and he kind of saw me as one of the athletes coming up, and he said, "Hey, you should come and join. You should come and join football." And I said, "Yeah, sure. I'll show up on whatever day." It was like mm, I think it was second week of summer camp or something like that. And I just decided, yeah, I'll show up. And he was on the high school team. I was on the lower team or whatever anyone calls it. And I showed up there, and I just immediately kind of just grew into it. I just kind of stuck with me. And at that time, I was a running back. Um, but yeah, that kind of just at that point, I kind of just took off with it, and here I am today. So
Nice. One thing I'm curious about for a small town for high school, do you go to like other small towns within kind of the Cold Lake area, or do you like to travel all over Alberta?
Uh, so in my time, we went to it was Lloyd, St. Paul, Bonnyville. Um, what were the other teams? There wasn't a lot of teams back whenever I was playing. Until we went to provincials my first year in grade 10. But these coming years since I've been gone, they've been going all over. That's honestly really good to see. I love to see that. It's awesome to see. But I think it's the furthest I went was for jamborees, and it was in against Tabor or something in Lethbridge or something like that.
Oh
Uh,
damn.
so yeah, like we didn't play a whole lot of other teams in the province, right?
Mhm.
But now that I know a lot of people, and my coaches will text me and say, "Hey, we're playing Edmonton this weekend." I'm like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm coming now." But that was never really a thing whenever I was growing up. It was kind of you're playing 2 hours away at most, 2 or 3 hours away, right? So yeah,
Yeah. Like at the time, it's like, why can't we just go to Edmonton instead of all the way to Taper? It's
yeah.
like an 8-hour drive,
I
even
can't even
more.
remember where it was just for a jamboree, and we did it like every year, and we go and ride golf carts or something for a day and whatever. It was a good time. It was a good bonding experience. Um, But yeah, now all these guys are doing Edmonton trips every second weekend,
Oh,
and
it's not too
it's
bad.
crazy.
Yeah, go say lucky kids.
Yeah, finally.
Anyways, yeah, finally. So after high school, you decided to attend the University of Alberta. Was that your first option, or did you consider other schools?
That was my only option at the time. It still was my only option. In high school, I was doing high school camps with them all the time, and I met with Morris and all the other coaches that were there, and they kind of just hooked me. And they kind of always said everything was about school, and at the time, I was all about school, not so much anymore. Um, But yeah, no, I just love the atmosphere. And every single time I'd be doing these summer training camps, I'd be there, and then you'd see all the Bears football team walk by, and they'd all be cheering you on and coming and help you out and giving you tips and stuff. So at that point, I just said, yes, this is where I want to go. This is at the time my dream. I would love to be here, but yeah, no, it was awesome. And that's all. I'm so happy to have been a part of this team for the past 6 years and to kind of vouch for it as much as I can.
That was perfect. It's kind of interesting now that I'm a bit older because when I was coming out, there was no camps like that, like with the universities. But now I just see it popping up all over the place. So I'm like, well, where the hell was that when I was younger? It would have been fantastic. But it is what it is. I'm glad the game's growing now, especially for the younger generation.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Perfect. So one thing I find very interesting is I think it was 2021, 2022, you played for, of course, your hometown, Cold Lake Fighter Jets. Did you have to get permission from the university to play, or did it say, okay, just go on?
So 2021, I think, what was it 2020? It was after COVID, and I wasn't too sure about my starting spot on the team or playing time, so I kind of just said, hey, I'm just going to go do this. I'm going to get some extra film, I'm going to get some extra reps. And they kind of disagree with it. The only thing that they said the entire time throughout me playing there was don't get hurt.
Yep.
So, and then, obviously 2021 didn't go our year, but never got hurt, never got anything. And then I had all these other guys over there. I had Teague Sherman and all these guys that were teaching me all these other tricks that I learned throughout the way. It was amazing. It helped me build my game, helped me for the upcoming season that I had to try and build myself towards getting to that starting spot, right? But I also had guys like Jaden Dahlke and Josiah Shackle and all those guys ahead of me, so I kind of had to wait my turn a little bit. And then 2022, still didn't know my roster spot, but I still told them, hey, I'm still going to do this. I'm still going to try and get you guys film. I'm still going to do all this stuff. And Morris is unreal guy, absolutely best coach I've ever had in my entire life. And he just said, "Yep, don't get hurt again forever, and we'll watch the film, see what you can do." And yeah, after that, just kept building, and next thing I knew, next year started. That year, actually, I started a couple games, and
Nice.
yeah, I I vouch for it all the time for all the guys that I play with. I say, hey, go play a couple games of men's league or whatever you can. Go get a couple tips and tricks from guys, right? Because you never know who you're going to run into. So, yeah.
True. Because the AFL has tons of experience now. Has anyone actually taken you up on that offer, or just like, yeah, you don't really know much?
I don't think, not that I can know of, but I know that I put it in guys' heads, and then I haven't really followed up with him on it too much.
That's fair.
But I'm sure a lot of guys they have in the back of their heads, and I keep putting it in the back of my friends' heads all the time, like, hey, you should come play in Cold Lake this year, because since we're all done now. But yeah,
Guess they might as well. Are you up to your eyeballs in debt? Are you starting out in your adult life and don't know what to do about your finances? Or are you just curious to see what you already have? Well, my friends, I have a solution for you. Newfound Wealth will help you with all that and much more. The founder of Newfound Wealth is AFU's own Omari Fraser. He will help you understand finances a lot easier than you would just looking up yourself. He even helped my dumbass try to figure it out because when it comes to finances, I just zone out. So it's perfect. It's perfect for idiots with CTE like myself. Unlock your newfound wealth today, unless you want to be a poor, pea brain, low IQ idiot. Sorry about that. Got a little out of control there. Anyways, learn more about your newfound wealth by clicking the link in the video. Yep, the video. In the video on Facebook and Instagram today. What are you waiting for? Check it out. So let's get into the Jets. So your time there, how was it, and what was your favorite moments about being with the team?
I enjoyed it a lot. Honestly, it kind of validated my reasons for playing football. I love the brotherhood, how quick it is that people kind of connect with each other and how diverse everything is and how everyone just doesn't matter what happens or what you are, as long as you're on the field with each other, everyone just meshes together and everyone's brothers, right? Everyone dies and bleeds on that same field, and we're all brothers at the end of the day, right?
Yep.
And with all the other sports, I never saw it. That was kind of the reason why I stopped playing all my other sports and I decided to stick with football. So and it's just doesn't matter what age group you're at or anything like that. Everything's the same.
Yep.
Um, so and I still talk to all those guys that are there, and I go and help coach whenever I can. Um, and Teague's still probably one of my best friends up there for sure. And he's always been one of my main mentors and everything that I could ever ask for. So I love the Cold Lake Fire Jets. I love the guys that are there. And I think as far as best moments go, it'd probably be, oh geez, I think it'd be for our 2022 AFL championship. I was in Edmonton. I think it was the same day we had our Golden Bears football kind of summer camp end up. We did a little scrimmage and everything. And then I finished that and immediately drove home and I did the AFL championship. So
Jeez. I must have killed you.
oh, I was hurting, but man, it was like I think I showed up 30 minutes before game time. And I was like, "Hey boys, I'm here. Let's get ready to go." And I don't even know. I think that was probably one of the best games I could ever think I've ever played in my entire life. And I loved it every single minute, no matter how much it hurt the day after. It was awesome.
Gonna say it must have been difficult just to get out of bed.
Well, after about 6 years of U of A, every day is hard to get out of bed.
Yeah, that's fair. Jeez. So one thing I'm wondering about is now that you're done with university, are you gonna go back to the Jets?
uh, that is the backup plan. As of right now, I'm kind of training to see what happens with CFL, what happens with any European leagues or anything. But I do have a job in Cold Lake and all that. So um, hopefully we're banking on CFL or anything like that. But obviously, I'm always going to go back to my guys. Always going back to Teague. I can always learn more stuff from him. Um, so yeah, maybe
True.
I'll be in the AFL again this year.
Gonna say that'd be great. There's also arena football you could try. I don't know if the tryouts are done yet, but hey, that's always an option.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not knocking any options at this point.
Okay, nice. Gonna say if you do come back to the AFL, it'll definitely help with getting footage to go to Europe, since I know what's called the AFL is building, well, getting athletes overseas, which is great to hear. So never say never, I guess.
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect. All right. So after 2 years of the Jets, going back and forth, you decided just to stay as a student athlete. What was it like being a student athlete? Never been one myself.
Um, I'd say it's stressful for sure. It's kind of like you take an extra class, is the way that we always say it.
Yep.
Um, it takes a lot out of you, that's for sure. Because at U of A, we kind of always the way we do it is during the season we'll have all of our classes throughout the day, and then I think it's 6 o'clock. It's been a while, not that long, but a while. But like
Yep.
6 o'clock, you'd start meetings, and then you'd finish your practice or whatever at like 10 o'clock at night, right? So you'd be home making your own supper or doing whatever. And then on weekends, you'll be traveling or doing whatever. So it definitely is stressful. And then winter workouts, you're up at 5 a.m. and you're going and puking your guts out and training your ass off, and then you're going to class after.
Jeez.
we we go
I have
hard.
time to study.
Yeah, no, well, you don't, but you find the way.
Mm.
But also C's get degrees.
Yeah, it's true. Uh, what did you take at U of A?
um, my first 2 years I was in kinesiology, and then I did a year of open studies, and then my last years I did agriculture.
Okay, I
Yeah,
guess the old Alberta trade.
well, as trade as it can get for U of A, but
True. Because like
yeah.
one thing about U of A, there that program I see it all over the place when I'm in the Edmonton area or just outside. They're like, hey, come to U of A, we got this for you. You're farmers.
They say that,
Jeez,
but they really don't.
true. What was the summer camp like? Was it always like 2 days, or like what was that experience like?
So summer camp lasted. It's moved earlier every year actually. So my first year it started August 14th, and I think we moved up to August 6th. But we start off with all of our like our sprints and whatever you need to do, and then we'll do 2 days. So it'll be workouts, runs, practices, whatever. Um, and they'll bag you. If you're not doing something right, you'll get bagged. But yeah, no, all credit due to the strength and conditioning coach. I don't think any of us have ever gone into a fall season out of shape. So gotta love it.
Yeah, it's fair. You say game days must be super easy compared to those practices.
Oh yeah, especially 2023. We did our Hardy run, and oh man, there was games where you'd play 40 snaps as a defensive player, and you didn't even break a sweat.
Jeez. Um, guess I wish I had that conditioning because back in the old Wolfpack days, we had to play back and forth and specials.
Yeah.
Ah, just the worst.
Oh, I was used to it because in Cold Lake oh geez, I think we had my grade 10 year we had 14 players for our provincial championship provincial championship year.
Yep.
So I was
Jeez.
going back and forth all the time. And then grade 11, I was doing the same thing. I think we had 20 players or something like that. And then yeah, it was like that until I left. And
Damn.
then after I left, all of a sudden there's 50 kids here today, and there's 30 kids here today. I'm like, well, what's going on?
Yeah. Jeez. Like, come
Yeah.
on, guys, keep it consistent.
Well, I whenever I can, I go and help coach, and they say, oh, well, we're not going to start people both ways anymore because we just can't do it. I was like, well, where was this whenever I was playing? But we just didn't have the people.
Yeah. Just didn't care. It's like, all right, get out there. Jeez. Okay. So I'm going to switch this next question since we kind of already answered it. But what was, of course, being with U of A, got to travel a bit. What was your favorite place to travel to? I'm not going to say Calgary because, rivalry there, but outside of that, what would be your favorite?
Well, you took out Calgary, so I can't really say that anymore. Uh,
You can still say Calgary.
I do like playing Calgary because we just like that rivalry. It's awesome. But Manitoba is also our second rivalry for a little bit.
Yep.
Um, and then what was
What
it?
was it like playing in those stadiums, like those brand new ones?
Oh, it was unreal. You couldn't even. I but all my family's from Saskatchewan, and I've never got to play in Mosaic, so I'm
Ah,
still mad.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
My time, I never got to actually go down on that field, which
yeah.
sucks. But it is what it is.
Yeah. But
But that new one, oh, it's
oh
a beauty.
yeah, like I've played in every. I haven't played in BC Stadium, but the the UBC Stadium is pretty nice too. I played at Commonwealth. I played in Manitoba's. Uh, I would. You can't knock playing in Vancouver though.
Yeah,
You just can't. And every time
true.
you don't know if it's gonna rain or it's gonna you know and
Yep,
rain games are defense games, and
100%.
that's that's what we had in 2023 during uh our Hardy run. And man, that was, even though we lost, it was one of the best times I've ever had. Just
Mm,
beating the shit out of people whenever there was raining, and they're not even used to it somehow.
yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's football. You have to get used to the weather.
Well, you should.
Yeah, it is what it is. Um, oh, I got it. So one thing I'm wondering about with those trips, did you guys have to bus it, or did you guys get the opportunity to fly?
So what was it? Saskatoon, Regina, and Calgary, we all bust it, and
Mm,
then it'd be UBC and Manitoba, we all flew. Uh,
okay, guess that's fair.
yeah. We're not
Well,
that.
I think a next trip through the mountains wouldn't be too bad.
We were supposed to do it. I think it was last year. I think last year or 2 years ago. We were
Mm,
supposed to go, and then the fires hit for
oh
a
yeah,
preseason game. So yeah, that kind of stung.
yeah. Oh, another question. Um, at your time there, was there any hazing, any rituals like that?
um, we do rookie parties. But we always try and keep it more or less civil. Like if everyone's gonna get drunk, or if you don't, then I know the DB group, they, if the guys don't drink, then they're drinking a gallon of milk or 2 gallons of milk, and then
Oh,
they're doing
gee.
all the rest of the rituals.
Yeah.
uh,
I think I'd rather get drunk.
yeah, but at the linebacker group, we all get drunk, and uh, we have a good time. We all have fun, and then we do like little skits, or um, what is it called? Do a slideshow. We do a
Okay.
slideshow at the end of the year. We don't do it before the season. We do it after.
Mhm.
But after the season, we'll do a slideshow of all the accolades. So it'll be like, oh, what is it? Gayest person award. Gayest person award has to do like two shots, and then there's a there's someone else behind it or whatever, right? So
Yep.
for most beers drank, I'd normally be up there. Um,
Yep.
and then we do that. But I think it was 2022. We had it was me and my buddy Morgan Run. She's on the Rough Riders right now. We were both battling for 23, and we had this big conclusion. We're like, hey, we're both small town boys. We're both Hicks. How about we just have a Hick off? So we
Jeez.
so we just piled up a bunch of stupid redneck shit that we could do. Um, for like a beer Olympics. And
Yep.
we did all this, and whoever won at the end of the night, we got the wear 23 for the rest of our careers. And I
Okay.
ended up winning it. So from now on, number 23 is, you have to be the biggest hick on the team in order to wear 23. So we've built that kind of credential for the team now.
Yeah, the new tradition. That's awesome. I think more teams should do something like that. That sounds like a ton of fun, especially
Oh,
the drinking part.
well, well, it's awesome, right? It builds so much team camaraderie and everything. Like you don't even have to drink. It's just being a part of the team and just kind of getting introduced to the boys and all that stuff, right? Like
Oh yeah.
we're not doing anything crazy. We're not. doing weird stuff or anything. We're just having fun, being with the boys, and I think that's the way it should be with every team,
I
personally.
think, oh yeah, I think so too. And
Yeah.
also, as city kids, you get to experience the hick life just for a little bit.
It still gets talked about to this day in my Battle of 23.
Oh, that's awesome. Alrighty. So, keeping up with U of A and the sports of that, um, I've seen it's weird because when I was a kid, I seen more coverage. I think that's just because I had like local cable, so I'd always see it on like the score and stuff like that. But for your firsthand experience, how do you think U Sports can grow? Not to the level of like NCAA, but kind of better than what it is now.
You know what? I think it's hard. It really is, but it's easily to convince people from the states to do it.
Mhm.
Um, I've met a couple people from doing fishing trips and stuff, and I tell them all about what Canadian football is like and all this stuff, and they all just and all of a sudden they're watching it and they're saying, "Wow, this is so much more fast paced, and this is a lot more fun than watching NCAA and stuff." Right? So you just I don't even know how you can put it out
Yeah.
there to convince people, but you just gotta say, hey, like it's a more fast paced NCAA, it's more fast paced NFL, and like we do get a lot away with a lot more shit. Like if you want to see a quarterback get roughed up, you're probably gonna see a quarterback get roughed up, right?
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, no, a lot of people that I know from the states that I've convinced easily have kind of
Mhm.
all turned sides and they're all watching CFL and every kind of sport that Canada has to offer, right? So yeah, I don't
That's
know.
awesome. What about locally? Because I went to a couple of Dinos games, and they only have like one side of the field, not even sold out. But I would like to see like all the stadium sold out, like raucous crowd. Um, was Alberta, well, U of A like that, just sold out, or just like one half?
Uh Alberta for first half of the season, it was kind of somewhat sold out. It is hard to be a Canadian football fan whenever it's -40 or whatever the hell it gets here, right? So
True.
obviously in like September or whatever, everyone's always coming and stuff, and U of A has a really good fan base.
Mhm.
Um, but it's really hard to sit there in those outdoor spaces in October and November whenever it's snowing and it's -20 and you're freezing your ass off, right?
Yep.
So uh I don't know if there's any fixing that one.
Puffing up. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Yeah,
Could
it
be
could
like
be.
-50. Jeez. Well, hopefully it grows. I would love to see the game grow. I know I plan on doing a video. Well, eventually attending a game and doing a video, but who knows when. But uh, but yeah, I just want to see the game grow. I think university sports is entertaining. Um, so who knows?
It should be growing. It should be growing further than CFL at this point. Like it's same as NCAA, right? So you see all these guys that are in their prime or whatever, and all of a sudden they get hurt and they'll never make it to the league, right?
Mhm.
So it's the same as NFL. Like all these guys, they'll be so good in the NCAA, and then all of a sudden they get hurt, and then they'll never make it to the league. So
Yep.
you never know what happens. But NCAA, like college football, is that's the best it's going to get, really, in
Oh,
my perspective.
yeah, that's fair. I find now I'm enjoying college football a lot more than NFL. Um, so that's why I want Canada side to grow just as much.
It really should. It should. Yeah. I
Yeah.
got nothing
Oh,
else to say about it. Honestly, it's
yeah.
just good. It should be we should be getting paid.
Yeah, true. Especially doing all that schoolwork and football on the side.
Yeah.
But that's why I'm here. I'm here to grow the game.
Hell
And
yeah.
speaking of more of the game, um, the competitive side to it. I started doing more of these, not lists, but kind of who guys like to go against. So your top 5 wideouts you've gone against. What is? It doesn't have to be like the best, but guys you love going up against
Um, I
all
don't
time.
I ever since you texted me the list and of all the questions, I pondered it and thought about it, and I could not think of a single person that
Mm.
would be on my list. I just don't think that way. I
Yep.
think numbers.
Okay.
I don't want to give credit to receivers that are going against me, so I
Just say that's fair.
yeah, that's just the way that I am. I even have it down my notes and like don't have a top 10 or a
Yep.
top 5.
Yeah.
Um,
Kind of
but
like
obviously there's guys that come to my mind already. Like shit, whenever I'm practicing at home against Teague, that guy will get my run for my money all the time. He just he's just smart like that, and he'll just click into things that a DB mind will click into, and he just gets you.
they'll say you
um,
learned a lot from him
and I got to give
playing.
credit to uh, my buddy Carter Kettle at the U of A right now.
Mhm.
He's going to the CFL draft. That guy, he can change it up. He's one of the one receivers that uh, if you want him to be fast, he'll be fast. If he wants to be physical, he'll be physical. And I've never gone against a guy like that. I've always gone against people that if there's one thing, you can always figure it out just by watching tape, and you can just kind of gradually work your way in, and you can always beat them at some point. But he's the one guy where you're like, shit, I don't know what he's going to do at this point.
Mhm. Yeah. Gonna say there's a reason he's going pro.
Yeah, exactly. And I still beat, like, I don't give credit. I don't give credit that much, but he deserves it for sure. But I also think I can beat everyone.
Oh yeah, that's how it should
At
be.
least I think. But I'll always give credit where credit's due if I get beat or anything like that, right? So
True.
I think everyone plays their own different way. If someone's physical, then they'll be physical, and then I have to play my way to that. And then someone's fast, I have to play my way to that as well. Um, but I don't think anyone's ever been top of my leaderboards where I look at them, and I'm like, shit, I'm screwed. I
Okay.
just always think, Kate, next rep, I'll get him next time. I know what he's doing.
Okay. Gonna say I think that's the right mentality because I kind of go into it too as a receiver. Like even though I've gotten slower, I won't say my routes are worse, but I've gone down quite a bit. I still think I can beat anyone, so I think that's the right way to do it. That's football for you.
Yep, absolutely. You're always a 10-second mentality. That's
True.
at least that's how I think about it. But um,
That's
yeah,
good.
no, you always have to adapt to how your body feels and all that stuff, right? So eventually you're gonna change your way that you play, and it's a pain in the ass for us DBs for sure. One season you're one way, and next season you're another way, and then all of a sudden you have to completely change your game. But yeah,
Yeah, that's life for you.
yep,
Anyway,
great.
so we're coming to the end of the show. Um, one thing I love to do is give thanks to those that have helped us along the way. Uh, who would you like to thank?
Well, obviously, I gotta thank my parents for always just keeping me on the way and driving me to all my games and stuff. And then I have to thank Chris Morris. He kind of gave me my shot out of being a small town small town boy, and then kind of coming in. and he's a great mentor for anyone that's younger trying to watch this and looking their way in. And you know him. He kind of paved the way to the way that I go about football and go about life, and he has a great impact on the man that I am today.
Mm.
And I gotta thank Teague as well. He's a great man. He's upped my game so much. Um, and then obviously all my teammates. They're always amazing. Doesn't matter. It's at the Bears or it's at the Fighter Jets. Man, I did just the sport is amazing to be a part of, and love it.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's definitely a brotherhood. And I have to thank you for coming on, for being another Jet to be on the show. Because lately it's just been, well, not lately, my show's been mostly Gators. I'm like, okay, I need some more Jets, Bucks, stuff like that. So I have to thank you for that.
No problem. Hopefully I'm part of the Jets this year.